A shocking prophecy has sent shockwaves across Kenya. Prophet Matthew Israel has claimed that some leaders are battling deadly diseases because they fought the church. And many believe he was referring to former President Uhuru Kenyatta, who recently revealed he is fighting cancer.
The people who try to fight the church, those who stopped the registration of churches in 2014, most of them are suffering from cancer today. They might not remember, but God will always punish you. Hallelujah.
He was very encouraging about some of the challenges that we were going through. And since he had more experience than some of us, he was very encouraging in guiding and telling you how to look at this and how to handle some of these challenges in life, health and otherwise. And I'll miss that counsel, and I'll appreciate everything he guided some of us towards, and how he really held our hand and told us, don't worry, things will come to pass, it will go. We trust in God.
The prophet did not stop there. In a fiery message, he warned President William Ruto that he might not finish his second term if he continues pushing laws that restrict church operations.
I want to address the president that one thing he must understand, that the church prayed him to leadership, and the same church has sustained him. Even with a lot of ups and downs, as a church, you have remained vigilant, and you have really prayed for the leadership of the presidency and the nation at large. So I just want to address him that if he's not going to look into these bills, you must understand that it is not going to be well with him. He will not finish well. Hallelujah. The people who try to fight the church, those who stopped the registration of churches in 2014, most of them are suffering from cancer today. They might not remember, but God will always punish you. Hallelujah. God will always punish you. So I want to tell him, as I prophesied, God will give him a second term. But his board will face a lot of turbulence, and he might not finish it. Hallelujah. The second term might come, but it will be with a lot of sorrow, a lot of dispute. And if he's not careful, God might take it away from him just because he's fighting his church. He may be having advisors around him who are advising him, but he must know that he's coming from the church. His leadership did not come from advisors. His leadership came from the church. The same church that prayed him in can pray him out. Hallelujah. I believe if we can come together as a church of Christ in Kenya, even 2027, you will not see it. If we can come together as a church, if we can unite, hallelujah.
He declared that harsh things will happen if Ruto dares to touch God's anointed servants. This comes years after Uhuru's administration banned the registration of new churches, a move that angered many religious leaders at the time.
So he has to be careful with this bill. I'm speaking as a prophet, and I'm just sending out a warning that Jesus is the head of the church. He said, let the wheat and tares grow together. I myself in the last day, I will separate the wheat from tares. Then I will say, gather to me the tares. Let us put them to the hellfire, and they will burn there forever. You cannot fight a church, or you cannot try to separate evil from good in the church. When the disciples asked him, he said, by trying to separate the wheat from the tares, you end up pulling together the wheat and tares. So let them grow together. At the last day, I myself will separate them. Hallelujah. That's why he has to leave the issue of the church to God. We have been praying for him, but it's now going about. You can be a good leader, but if you are surrounded by wicked men, you will turn out to be wicked. Hallelujah. If you are a child of God and your advisors are devil worshippers, what do you expect? Do you think they're going to advise you of the things of God, or they'll advise you distraction? I think I've been speaking about the issue of advisors for too long now, and we have got to a point that wrong decisions are still being made by the same president. And if you come across this video, I want you to know that God is not happy in heaven. You have to remember where you are coming from. He lifted you from the ash heap. He lifted you from the dust to sit you on the same table with princes. You were a nobody. Nobody knew the name of your father. But after you sit on the table with princes, you are trying to prove yourself and flex muscles. The same God who lifted you up can bring you down. I'm speaking as a prophet, and I'm speaking while standing on this altar. I know that I may be one of the smallest or the youngest prophet in the land. But one thing I know is that God has also given me a voice to speak over this nation. And we can speak things and they will come to pass. Hallelujah. So you must understand that God is not happy. Like I said, your leadership is on a weighing scale. And your days have been numbered. If you are not going to change, then you are going to have a rough time to rule over this nation. It is not going to be business as usual. So you either change with time, or your legacy will go down. We are not praying for you for bad. We are speaking to you from the point of God. I know you know God, but there are things that you are doing that are not godly. If you know God and you walk with God, let us do things that are godly. Let us not say that we are from the church, but we are doing opposite. Even the people of the world are laughing at us now. Hallelujah. They are laughing at us if a church is doing this. So, Mr. President, change your ways. Look at the bill that is coming at your table, the church bill. You cannot control the church. You cannot.
Now, Kenyans are asking, is this divine warning or a dangerous prophecy? Could the government's actions against the church bring spiritual backlash? Stay tuned as we break down this explosive prophecy shaking the nation, only on GC News Hub. This is Stephen, GC News.